Today we're going to be working on filling out the 4-year plan for Westwood High School. First, we're going to start with the basics and talk about the general graduation requirements. Students may take these 27 credits in order to graduate in the state of Texas. Students who are wanting to pursue the IB diploma will have a whole different set of IB diploma requirements on top of these. So I always kind of tell IB students, it's like you're working down two checklists. You're working down the state of Texas requirement list and the IB diploma list. We're not going to cover the IB diploma requirements today because you don't become an IB diploma student until your junior year. So between sophomore and junior year, your IB counselor will talk with you and make sure that the IB pathway is the correct one for you. So we're just going to focus on the state of Texas ones. So you will see there are 27 total credits you need. The kind of cool thing is, though, is you're going to have 8 classes every year. And 8 classes times 4 years is 32 spots. So you only have to fill up 27 of the 32 with required things. You have tons of extra spots to fill with other electives of your choice, things that just look neat or interesting that you want to try and explore. So don't be worried if you can't get everything in the 9th grade year that you think sounds great, because you're going to have plenty of open spots to fill over the 4 years. So let's go through these in detail. So first, it's the core 4x4. You have to take your 4 core classes all 4 years of high school. You've been doing this since kindergarten, so this isn't new. Every year you've got to take English, math, social studies, and science. Those are the basics. The other things that are kind of unique to high school is over your 4 years of high school, you have to take 2 years of foreign language. So you need 2 foreign language credits. Everybody has to take 1 fine art over the 4 years of high school. So it doesn't matter if you do it in 9th grade or 12th grade. You just have to take 1 year. Everybody's got to do 1 year of the physical education credit. Again, you can take it in 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, or 12th. You just need 1 year of a physical education credit. Besides that, you need 7 other electives of your choice. So you're going to have lots of decisions to make over your 4 years. So let's look at all of these more in detail. First, with English, you will see all of our charts through this whole PowerPoint are going to be listed by the 9th, 10th, and 11th and 12th grade years. So for 9th grade, you're going to get to choose between English 1 or Advanced English 1. Based off your decision, you will see then for your 10th grade year what you would write down, English 2 or Advanced English 2. And you'll move your way across through 11th and 12th grade. You will see in 11th and 12th grade, there becomes a dual credit English 3 and 4 option. And you might be thinking, oh, what should I pick? Should I go AP, IB, dual credit? Today, when you're filling out your 4-year plan, make your best choice. But in reality, every single year you're in high school, you're going to sit down and talk with your high school counselor, and they're going to help you make the decision what's best for you based off your future plans, what your strengths and weaknesses are. We're going to help you find the right pathway for you. So don't be afraid to write down AP English 3, dual credit English 3, or regular English 3, because we're going to change this as the 4 years goes on. This is a fluid document. So we'll see how 9th grade year goes, then we'll see how 10th grade year goes, and we're going to keep adjusting your 4-year plan every year once we see how you're doing and what your future plans are. Next, for math. These are going to be our non-IB students' math pathways. So you will see 9th grade year, everything from Algebra 1 all the way down to calculus. This is where your 9th grade year depends on what you did in middle school. Some students did Algebra 1 in middle school, so they're going to start in geometry as a 9th grade student. Some students did Algebra and geometry, so they're going to start in Algebra 2 as a 9th grade student. Some students did Algebra 1, Geometry, and Algebra 2, and they're going to start in Pre-Cal, and so on. So you've got to figure out, where did you end off in middle school? If you were in 8th grade math, you're going to start in Algebra 1 in 9th grade year. And again, this works just like the English pathway. You're going to see your 9th grade, then depending on what you mark for 9th grade, it tells you what to take in 10th grade, and so on. You will see starting a lot in the 11th and 12th grade year, a lot of y'all will have options. It'll give you 2 or 3 different things you can choose from. Again, this is where when you sit down with your counselor every year to pick your courses, they're going to help guide you on the correct pathway. Because we might know if you want to study business, you might want to take this math over another. Or if you want to become a doctor someday, we might say you should take this class over another. So we will help you make those decisions. So don't feel stressed writing something down, and just know that it might change over the 4 years. This is for the students who are going the IB program. These will be your IB math choices, and it works just the same as the other ones. You find what you did, where you left off in middle school, and write down your 9th grade year. Then you'll write down your 10th grade, 11th, and 12th. There are multiple options and pathways, just like the non-IB. And again, your high school and IB counselor will help you navigate the pathway once you are here. And again, once we see how you're doing and what your plans for the future are. So don't need to stress. Things can change over the 4 years. Just write your best educated guess pathway down. Next, we're going to look at our social studies. So everybody is going to start with some type of geography in the 9th grade year. Then, once you write your level that you want to take, you're going to look at the 10th grade column. You will see if you're wanting to go into the IB program, you'll need to write down one of the IB prep option pathways. For IB, if you're going, you'll notice into the 11th and 12th grade, there are a lot of different option pathways you can take. Again, write down the one that just based off looking at it that looks the most interesting. Your IB counselor later on will sit with you to help decide which is the best pathway for you and all your other interests and skills. So there's no need, if you write down one, we can easily change the pathway later on. Science. Everybody is going to start in some form of biology. 10th grade year is where things change. So you will see the 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade options. And you will see there's a lot of places where it says science of choice. If you get on the Westwood Counseling website and look at the choice sheets for future years, you will see we offer so many different science options. Everything from forensic science, aquatics, anatomy, all different things. There are lots of choices to choose from. So that's why you might see science of choice, because you're going to get to choose more as you progress through high school. LOTE, languages other than English. Everybody has to take 2 years or 2 levels of a foreign language. So Spanish, German, French, American Sign Language, Chinese, and Latin are the courses we offer. Some students took classes in middle school. So you might have earned 1 year of high school credit in middle school. And a lot of our feeder middle schools operate under the 1A and 1B. So you might have taken Spanish 1A and Spanish 1B in middle school. That counts as level 1 credit. So you just need to take 1 more year of Spanish at high school and you're done. Here's the one thing I always like to say. Technically, you only need 2 years, 2 levels. So Spanish 1 and Spanish 2, French 1 and French 2. But a lot of colleges do like to see students take 3 or 4 years of a foreign language. So I always encourage students to try to push yourself and go for an extra year or 2. Another bonus is if students can go all the way up to level 4 and pass their associated test, you might completely earn all your college credits as well. So then you don't have to take foreign language at the college level and pay a lot of money. So there are some bonuses for continuing with your language past the 2 required years. Everybody's got to take 1 fine art and 1 PE credit. So for fine arts, you can take anything within our choir, art, theater, technical theater, orchestra, band, or dance program, and that'll satisfy that requirement. For PE, we offer multiple different types of PE classes. All of our sports, our ROTC program, band, and dance can all count as your physical education credit. You will see there's asterisks marked next to band and dance. These programs are really neat. If you take 2 years of band, your fine art and your PE credit will be completely waived. Plus, you'll then have a whole extra elective credit as well. So great options. For dance, you take 1 class, 1 year, and we give you a fine art credit and a PE credit. So you get 2 credits for 1 class. It only takes up 1 spot. This is going to be your biggest bang for your buck. 1 class gives you 2 credits. So that's a really great option. Academy elective options. So all of these are where students can try to take classes in areas that might interest them for their future. I think this is a great way to try things before you get to college and you have to pay. So you might think, ooh, graphic design sounds really neat. You take it for a year or two and you're like, I like this, but I don't know if I want to do it for a future job. Well, no harm. You didn't pay any money, so it's okay. You can study something else in college. Or you might take computer science and fall in love with it and be like, I 100% want to get computer science degree in college. And now you're going in ahead of your peers. So this is a great way to try different areas. So how I have this laid out, again, it's just like your core classes. It tells you your 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade course options. So you will see in the left column, it says the elective pathway. So for example, if you want to go into the teaching and training elective, so this is if you might want to be a teacher someday. In 9th grade, you would take principles of education, 10th grade, human growth and development, 11th grade, instructional practices, 12th grade, practicum and education and training. So all of these columns, you will see what you would take in 9th, 10th, and 11th, and if there's a 12th grade option. We have even more. A couple things I want to point out. You will see under animation and graphic design, digital media is the same class for the 9th grade year. So this program lets you try this one class, and at the end of the year, you get to decide, did I really enjoy the 2D design, or am I more interested in 3D? If you're more interested in 3D, you would go animation. If you really like 2D, you could go the graphic design. If you loved both, you could take both of those classes as a 10th grader. You'll see the same thing down in the business classes. For business management, finance, and marketing, it's the same class in 9th grade year for all three. This class lets you try to explore all three of them, and then afterwards you can decide which area you really enjoyed more. So you might think you're really going to enjoy finance, but you love marketing. And then as a 10th grader, you would take the marketing strand. So lots of great options. We have even more options here. You will see computer science. There's 2 different pathways depending on the class you choose in 9th grade. Principles of AP Computer Science is going to be more for students who have had exposure to coding already. So maybe you did some coding camps when you were younger. That would be your pathway for 9th through 12th grade. Versus you're brand new and you just really want to tip your little toe in the edge of the water and try it for your first time, you would do Computer Science 1 and follow that pathway. And again, remember, if you don't like something in 9th grade, stop and try a different pathway in 10th grade. You have so much flexibility. We have lots of dance classes, piano, art. One thing I want to draw attention with our art program is we do know that some students come to us having Art 1 high school credit. So if you had Art 1 in 8th grade for high school credit, that's the key, high school credit, you would get to go straight to our Art 2 level of classes. So even though it's listed as the 10th grade column, you get to technically shift it over because you already have taken the Art 1 requirement. And so you can go straight to Art 2 as a 9th grader. And don't worry, we have plenty of art classes to keep you busy. You won't run out. The rest of our fine art programs are listed here. You will see that band, orchestra, and choir are listed very kind of basic. It just says Band 1, Orchestra 1, and Choir 1. The reason for that is these 3 programs have tryouts. Depending on your level and skill ability, you will be placed in the level of band, orchestra, and choir where your skills match the level. So again, it might be eventually Philharmonic Orchestra or Symphony Orchestra. We don't know, though, until you have your audition. So you can just write it very basic, Band 1, Orchestra 1, Choir 1, and so on across the 4 years. And we'll adjust those once you have your auditions every year. The last of these are just some of our other pathways we have. You'll notice for sports, I just wrote name of sports 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the reason for that, it doesn't matter if you play golf, volleyball, soccer, football. You would just write football 1, football 2, and so on. Same thing if you were in golf. It'd be golf 1, golf 2, golf 3, golf 4. So write the sport you're going to play. One other thing I want to just briefly touch on is endorsements. In the state of Texas, every student must have 1 endorsement to graduate. Some of the endorsements are more based around the academies and the electives you choose. So the STEM endorsements. So if you're somebody who's going to take 4 years of engineering pathway, you'll earn the STEM endorsement. Business and industry. If you're somebody who wants to do 4 years of marketing, you'll earn the business and industry. If you are going to do 4 years of dance, you're going to earn the arts and humanities. Public service. If you're going to do 4 years of ROTC, you would earn public service. The last one is, though, I want to draw your attention to. It's the multidisciplinary studies. This is more an academic-focused endorsement. Any student who takes the 4 core all 4 years, which is required to graduate high school in the state of Texas, will automatically earn the multidisciplinary endorsement. So you will already have one. And here's the great thing. You only need to have one to graduate. Can you have 2, 3, or 4, or 5? Yes. But is it going to get you anything extra? No. Colleges are not looking at, does a student have 4 endorsement versus 1? They just want to know that you have 1 and that you graduated high school. So please don't get hung up here. We would love for you to have more than 1, but it's not necessary. Do what's best for you and as you pick your classes and your interest. These will just naturally happen as you pick your classes. This is a great tool to just kind of show you a very general, basic 4-year plan. So you will see 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, and 12th grade. This person put, for their 9th grade year, they're going to take 9th grade English, world geography, algebra 1, biology, and whatever language of their choice. This person decided, let's get my PE and fine art requirement done in 9th grade, and I don't have to worry about it. And then they're going to take one of their endorsement electives, so one of their academy electives. This is kind of showing you, okay, you might just get 1 elective in 9th grade, but in 10th grade, look, you have 3. In 11th grade, you have 4. In 12th grade, you have 4. So you're going to have lots of places to get to pick things to choose and try while you're in high school. So again, don't stress that you can't get everything done in 1 year that you really want, because you're going to have lots of spaces. Other resources, this is going to be key. The Westwood Counseling website has so many great tools for students to look at. So one thing I want to show you is where you can find the Round Rock ISD course catalog and the Westwood virtual choice sheet. And I just want to show you real quickly how you can use these. So if you click on the link, we are here at the Westwood High School Counseling website. First place here is you're going to see the virtual choice sheets. Farther below is where you'll see the course catalogs. But let me show you real quickly how these work. So if you click on the 8th grade choice sheet, it's going to take you to the paper choice sheet you can access easily. But if you click on any class, so let's say world geography, it's going to bring up the class. It's going to give you a description of what you're going to learn in the class. It's going to tell you the grading structure. This is how our teachers grade. It's going to give you a description of the instructional style, what the assessments will look like. And it's going to tell you how much homework you're probably going to need to expect, and if there's any summer requirements. So is there going to be any summer readings or packets you'll need to do? This website is going to be huge for you because you can look at all your electives and really get a good description of what you're going to cover. What's the difference between Tap 1 and Jazz 1? What's the difference between fashion design and journalism? It's going to let you see the differences. So I encourage you to spend a lot of time here exploring and looking around as you fill out your 4-year plan. And again, remember your 4-year plan is simply that. It's a plan, but it can change every single year as you meet with your high school counselor. So please don't be stressed or overly worried about this, because this is a living document that we expect to change every year. So good luck filling out your 4-year plan.